Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about answering all your questions about the Limelight by Alcone Foundation. It's a botanical foundation that is considered the best-selling professional foundation in the world. And there's a reason why. There's actually several reasons why. But I'm going to bring my friend Lindsay on to the camera, and she's going to help go over a lot of the questions we get about this foundation and explain many of the benefits of why you're going to love this foundation. So I'll get Lindsay on and then I'll be right back with you, okay?
All right, we're going to see if we have trouble with lives. I've updated my Facebook app and we're going to cross our fingers that we don't have any disconnect issues. Now, if it disconnects me, I might just go ahead and throw in the towel because it's been giving me a hard time pretty much for a month, pretty much since actually the start of the year. But I'm going to go over and answer all of the questions. Hi, Jen. Say hi when you jump on. I am going to answer all of the questions that I get about the Limelight Botanical Foundation. I'm going to kind of make one informational video that is simple. It is... Go, I'm working. Sorry. PJ wants to say hi. Hi, Tammy. Thank you, Jen. Hi, Kenya. Hi, Denise. I won't throw in the towel. I will try to be patient, but Facebook is just, it pauses. It's like interrupted broadcast and it boots me for a long time. Hi, Denise. Hi, Allison. All right. So I get a lot of questions about the Limelight Botanical Foundation. This is going to be super informational for those of you who are curious about the foundation. If you are a beauty guide, feel free to share this. This is going to be a strictly informational video. If you don't have a beauty guide and you're watching, I'm happy to help you. If you do have a beauty guide watching, please go to that beauty guide and she can help color match you. Awesome. Thank you. Jen, I have not done anything with my hair. I've actually not styled it in like 3 days and I've just let it be and I'm really loving it. Loving it. Denise, he is so sweet. So let's get to the brass tacks of what this magic foundation is, because this is one of the best selling things in the Limelight by Alcone line. Everything in the Limelight by Alcone line is absolutely phenomenal. It is handpicked from really, I mean, basically world famous professional cosmetic makers that were pretty much reserved for, you know, for makeup artists, professional makeup artists, celebrity makeup artists, all of those things. Hi, Deb. Hi, Mandy. Haley. Thank you. I just got them. They're very cute, right? They are very cute. I love them. All right. So this foundation has been, and this is a fact, everything that I'm going to talk to you about today is going to be factual. This is the top selling professional foundation in the world for over 50 years. This foundation is not new. It has not just, you know, it's not like a brand new item in the world. This has been around for over 50 years and each of the pans are, you know, hand poured. They've been hand pouring these pans for a very long time, but this is the top selling professional foundation in the world for over 50 years. This foundation is 50% pigment as well. Typical foundations that you're going to buy in a retail setting are 8 to 22% pigmentation. This is 50. What this means is an 8% pigmentation foundation is typically going to be your like BB creams or your light coverage, sheer coverage type of foundation. 22% in a retail setting is going to be the fullest coverage you're going to get. Now, when we bump it to 50% pigmentation, what this means is you're going to use far less product. It means that the amount of product that you need to get the coverage and the look that you want and that even skin tone and all of that stuff is very minimal. You're going to use half as much, if not less. And so when transitioning from a retail store foundation to a professional foundation, sometimes people worry or they put it on and they go, oh, I don't know about this. And you're gonna actually see, I've actually even looked on YouTube and seen bad reviews for the top selling professional foundation in the world for over 50 years. And what's funny is the people who are using this, the reason that they're having a bad experience is because they're overusing the product. This product, because of its heavy pigmentation, you have to pull way back. And so when my clients come to me and they purchase this foundation, I have a long talk with them and I say, listen to me. When it comes in the mail, I need you to take what you normally use, cut it in half, and then cut that in half again and start there. If you feel like you need more coverage, I want you to go ahead and keep putting it on. Now, it's good to say, this is foundation, it is not concealer. We don't want to use foundation as concealer. If you need concealer, get a concealer. Our concealer, again, is a top-selling, world-famous concealer that artists like Kevin Aquan swear by. I mean, some of the top makeup artists in the world are going to tell you this is the go-to concealer ever. And this is the concealer that we sell. Remember that foundation is not concealer. But this foundation is going to give you amazing coverage. It's going to give you smooth, clean complexion that looks, you know, even, skin toned and all of that stuff. But you do have to pull way back. Now, the methods of application are any way that you want them to be. I mean, you can use a beauty blender sponge. Mine is dirty. This is a beauty blender sponge. Now, or not a beauty blender. This is a blender full, which is a different form of a beauty blender. This is going to have a little bit more velvety texture. It's not going to be as plasticky and porous. That's going to be the difference that you see with this. This is really going to work beautifully with this foundation. I have used a standard beauty blender and it works, but it doesn't have that smooth, even texture the way that the blender full does. This sponge is perfect for this foundation. This actually is going to cost you less than the beauty blenders that you're going to buy at Sephora or Ulta or wherever you buy them. Another way that you can apply this, if you're a brush person, is with something like this, which is a buffer brush. You might have something similar to this in your makeup drawer already. It's a flat top brush with bristles, and you're gonna lightly swirl it and then just buff it into your skin. That's why they call it a buffer brush. Similar ones are like kabuki brushes. You can definitely use those. But what I want to stress when using a brush or using the sponge or anything like that is you want to start way back with the product. So you want to pull just a tiny bit. And it's not going to look like much on your sponge, but it's going to be plenty. So trust me on that. A third way, which is a great way to use, especially for starters, I'm going to say that this has been my go-to way of explaining the ease of application when transitioning to a professional product. I've been having people use a fluffy brush. And I know this seems weird because this is a powder brush. Hold on one second. Rube, yeah. Can you check on what's in the oven? I'm making meatballs and they're gonna burn. I forgot to take them out of the oven before I came in. So a fluffy brush, really, really simple. You're going to just barely dust it over. And this is an all over powder brush. And just get enough product on there and this will do half your face, guys. I'm talking the tiniest bit is what you need. And you're going to softly buff it into your skin. I'm gonna buff it into my hand and maybe we can show you a side-by-side difference of kind of the beautiful coverage. But why I like the puffy brush for my newer clients is because it kind of forces you to go soft with it. It forces you to pull back. Can you see this? Can you see the difference, right? Look at the difference in my hands from applying here and putting that beautiful foundation on. And as you can see, my hand still has a natural skin tone sheen. It does not look like I have foundation all over my hand, but look at how even my skin tone is here versus here with nothing. And I'm hoping that that gives you an idea of that beautiful pigmentation, and you saw how little I put on this brush. So if you're a beginner and you're new to the Limelight Botanical Foundation, I'm going to really highly suggest trying this method first. Make sure that your brush is clean. If you've been using it for blush or you've been using it for something else, that's probably going to get murky on your face. So make sure that your brush is clean. If you don't have a brush cleanser, pick one of ours up. It's from London Brush Company, world famous. Again, everything in the Limelight by Alcone line is world famous, high professional products. You're not going to find a better grade in Ulta, Sephora, elsewhere. If you don't want to get a professional brush cleaner or you don't really give two rips about the lifespan of your brushes, you can use something like baby soap. Just use a gentle soap on your brushes. But using that method right here, perfect for beginners. And it's been a serious blessing. Again, it's been a huge blessing to my clients who are new to the Limelight by Alcone Botanical Foundation. Now, another thing and another question that I get a ton of people asking is, well, what kind of foundation is it? Because I'm used to liquid, or I'm used to, you know, mineral makeup or whatever it is, because my skin type is this, that, or the other. The bottom line is this foundation, because it's formulated for makeup artists, this foundation is specifically formulated to work with every skin type. That means the driest of dry to the oiliest of oily are going to be able to use this specific foundation. Your skin type is irrelevant. If you are someone who's insanely dry, there are things that you can do to help to make sure that you have that beautiful glow. I want you to exfoliate your skin regularly, very gently, but regularly, to kind of buff off the dead skin cells, because no matter what foundation you use, if you have a bunch of dry patches on your face, the foundation is going to soak into that and you're gonna look textured. That's gonna be across the board for any foundation. For our foundation, I'm gonna say, moisturize your face well, let your skin soak it in before putting on the foundation. You can also use, we have two different, and for dry skin, if you wanted a finishing spray, a setting spray for your makeup, I would suggest that you use the 10 years younger. This is a great setting spray. This is what I'm currently using and I love it. It gives you that fresh glow, but it sets your makeup. It's kind of like, I refer to it as hairspray for your face. And if you're oily, right? If you're an oily person, I am going to have you, whoa, I just dropped it. Sorry about that. I am going to have you pair your botanical foundation with a pressed powder. Now, not any pressed powder, because we have to remember, guys, we are working with professional cosmetics. These aren't your run-of-the-mill Walgreens things, right? These are going to be very, it's very important that you use the right things. Now, I'm gonna explain to you why you wanna use a translucent pressed powder. Let me see. We're gonna check the meatballs. No, actually, they're good. Okay. Sorry. So the translucent pressed powder is really critical when you're using the botanical foundation, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the foundation is 50% pigment, okay? 50% pigment. You do not want to add any additional pigmentation on top of this foundation. You have enough on your face. You don't want to add additional pigmentation to it. You also don't want to add a product that will create an oxidation issue. What happens is this product is not going to oxidize on your face, and I'll explain what oxidation is in here in a second. If you haven't seen my video on it, I'll happily show or tell you what that is. But this foundation will not oxidize on your face, meaning that it's not going to shift colors through the day. What it will, if you add another pigment, right, something you picked up at Walgreens or your CoverGirl Compact or whatever it is that has pigmentation in it, it can create oxidation on your face, and we don't want that for you, because nobody wants to turn orange and have the foundation line throughout the day. You're gonna wear professional cosmetics, do it right? And these two things are gonna last you forever. So oxidation, so you know, I've done a video, it's got like, I swear there's like 110,000 views on it. It's incredible. It has almost 1,300 shares. But I did a demonstration of makeup oxidation, and what happens is it matches you when you put it on, but through the day it gets darker and darker and darker, and it turns into like a orange or yellowish. It really, that's oxidation. And so this is formulated not to oxidize, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Setting it with the translucent pressed powder if you're oily, because that's where we kind of got into this. If you're super oily, you're like, I'm an oil slick, I don't know if a foundation like that's going to work for me. I would say, okay, you're going to put your foundation on. You're going to press a tiny bit of this translucent pressed powder in. You can use another translucent pressed powder if you want. This is just very easy to use, and it is professional grade. But translucent pressed powder is going to work for you the best. And then if you wanted to have that extra, if you're thinking that you're an absolute oil slick, I would have you, just like I have all my clients, get the oil strike. And this right here is an absolute magic product. This product is a setting spray, so once you're done with your face, you're gonna mist it over. It doesn't leave you wet, it dries in seconds. It is again like hairspray for your face, but it actually creates a situation to where if you begin to get oily, it stops the oil production in your face for that day, and it's phenomenal. It keeps you perfectly matte all day long. So yes, the foundation is absolutely amazing. I'm missing comments, but another question that I get asked a ton is how long is that foundation gonna last? And the answer is it's going to last you between 4 and 6 months depending on your usage. Some people don't wear makeup every day. Some people, you know, wear it super, super heavy full face. Some people do a really light, you know, they don't need incredible heavy coverage. They just want that even skin tone. But you can see that tiny bit that I put on my fluffy brush. Look at the coverage that it created on my hand, right? If you were on, hopefully you're not popping on late. But that alone shows you how much coverage you need with how little. Most of my clients who use their makeup, you know, 5 to 7 days a week, get about 5 to 6 months out of their foundation. Again, I want to stress to you, these products are going to last you a lot longer. The foundation, one of these foundations is $36 US. Period. That's what it is. And for 6 months of foundation and professional coverage and looking phenomenal, I say that's a steal, because you'll be hard pressed to find a foundation of this quality. You won't find a foundation of this quality in any Sephora, Ulta, or any department store. That's just the facts. You're not going to find a foundation of this, you know, of this quality there. And you're not going to find a better price on foundation that's going to last you 6 months in one of those stores. This is why we do not run sales on these products, because they're priced absolutely at the lowest for what they are. Our customers love them. Our customers come back for them. They're absolutely amazing. What are some other questions that I get? See, Debbie's lasted her around 10 months. Debbie, I don't wear makeup every single day. Mine lasts me for a very, very, very long time. I would say upwards of like 9 to 10, maybe 11 months, depending on, you know, the season and all of that stuff. There are some other things that I kind of want to mention about this, is if you're interested in this, but you have issues that you need coverage on. And I remember how I told you earlier, this is not a concealer, it is a foundation. It's gonna give you that beautiful even skin tone, but if you need a concealer, say for under eye, or for, you know, age spots, blemishes, or anything like that, I want you to just get the palette with the 2 concealers attached to it. You can get a brightening concealer and a concealing concealer. You can get a highlight and contour concealer, whatever it is that you do. But I want to stress to you that if you have skin issues, first and foremost, understand that you're going to want to get the concealer as well. The concealers are $24. They're absolutely phenomenal. You need a speck of this to get what needs to be covered. It's absolutely magnificent. Again, this is a product you want to use very, very little of, or you'll hate it. But I do want to stress that if you're going to get this, talk to a beauty guide. If you don't have a beauty guide, I'm happy to talk to you. Get familiar with what you're looking to cover, what your goals are for your makeup, what issues are you having with your current makeup, and talk to your beauty guide about finding the right either group pairing of products or you know, the right product for you. And so you can get into a space where you're going to be really happy. Our goal at Limelight is that our customers are happy. We don't want you to be, you know, we don't want you to buy stuff you don't need. We don't want you to get something and not use it. Every one of my customers hits the bottom of their pan on every one of their products, both skincare and cosmetics. They hit the pan, they come back for more. We want you to have that experience. And so in order for you to have that experience, we want to make sure you're being paired with the right products. We're getting down to the root of what it is that you're having issues with. Does your makeup not last all day? Okay, this is going to solve that, because this is going to wear all day long. Does your face constantly transfer? Okay, we need to put a pressed powder. We need to get you a good setting spray, you know, or we need to figure out exactly how much you're using of the product that you have and pull way back on this one. There's so many things, but having that conversation with someone who you trust, that they know what they're doing, that you understand they're knowledgeable, and their product is key, because once you have that conversation, you tackle the issues, you can get paired with products that will legitimately change you. They'll change your morning routine. They will simplify everything. Your makeup routine will go quicker. You'll feel prettier. Some other questions that are popping up, these are non-comedogenic, which means they are formulated to not be absorbed into your skin. And that means they're not going to break you out. They are not going to cause you to have a reaction. I've never had a client in the 2.5 years that I've been offering the Botanical Foundation. I've never once had a client have a skin issue or reaction from this makeup, nor a breakout. If anything, because they stopped using foundations that did have those, you know, the comedogenic issues, because ours is non-comedogenic, their skin actually got better. They had that glow. And so that is a phenomenal thing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm forgetting to mention about this incredible product. All I could say is that this one right here is my top cosmetic seller. It is the one that my people come back for time and again. It never fails that they hit the bottom of the pan or call me frantically. I'm running low and I don't want to run out. I can't afford to run out of this foundation. Can you please order me more? And so these are absolutely phenomenal. They are a go-to, and I believe personally a must-have product for every single woman, because they work for every woman, every skin type. They're absolutely phenomenal. They're going to hold all day long, and they give you that beautiful natural glow. I'm trying to think of anything else. The Limelight Glow is a real thing. People will have that comment, it's like, oh my gosh, you're glowing, you know, and you have that natural sheen to your skin. Like, you can see I don't look mattified, but I don't look greasy either. I've been wearing this makeup all day long and it hasn't budged, and I still have that natural sheen. It looks just like I have good skin. That's just what the purpose of this product is. It is formulated to look like skin. It's formulated to act as though you don't have makeup on. There is what it is. You're not going to feel it. That's the one I always get, is how heavy does it feel? You will not feel this. I've had this makeup on all day. It feels like my face is naked. Why? Because we're using, again, so little. When you're using that tiny amount, the whole world is different, guys. Your skin can breathe. You don't have a packed layer on top of your skin. It's very, very light. Primer, Lisa, you can use a primer. We have the First Base Makeup Primer. If you don't want to invest in primer, if you want to do it and go all the way, get the primer, get the foundation, get a setting spray. If you're super oily, I want you to get the translucent pressed powder and the oil strike as your setting spray. Or if you like a really mattified look, you can get the translucent pressed powder as well. But you always just want to make sure that your skin is taken care of. It all starts with good skin. Make sure you're exfoliating regularly if you have normal to dry skin, and it's just a gentle exfoliation. Moisturize well. If you're choosing not to use a primer, just make sure that you have a good moisture layer underneath your skin and you'll be phenomenal. The one thing I will say is, if you're using a silicone primer, that is not going to work with this foundation. When I say silicone primers, I mean the gel, the clear gel looking primers that make your skin feel like powdery soft, or plasticky powdery soft. Thank you. That is not something that you want to use under this foundation. So if you want to use a primer, you're going to want to get a spray primer, and that primer is the one with Limelight by Alcone. All of these products are meant to be paired together. Can you use the pressed powder without using foundation? Royal, the pressed powder is a translucent pressed powder. You could use it, but it's not going to give you any coverage. The pressed powder would mattify your face if you were looking to mattify, perhaps you had oily skin. You could keep it in a compact, have a little brush, and, you know, demattify your face. But yes, you can use it. Just understand that it's a translucent pressed powder. So Cassandra, I always forget that I have the foundation on as well. Like, I'll go to bed because I'll feel like I don't have makeup on and be like, oh crap, I haven't washed my face. And I have to then wash my face. But to sum everything up, what the point is everything in the Limelight by Alcone line is professional grade products that has been used in the industry for decades, favored in the industry for decades. Good, I'm glad that makes sense, bro. These are products that celebrity makeup artists go back for using their kits on their celebrities. Celebrities use this makeup. This makeup isn't new. It's been around for decades and decades and decades and favored in the industry, and it's now available through Limelight by Alcone Beauty Guides, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So if you need help, if you want to be color matched, color matching is absolutely simple. It is not a scary process, and because you use so little of these foundations, the shades are extremely forgiving. If you need help color matching, if you already do have a beauty guide, I'm going to ask that you go with her, go message her, ask her for a color match, say, hey, I want a color match. If you want to get concealers, she can pair you with two concealers that work with it. If you don't have a beauty guide, and I'm the first one who's ever introducing you to this, I would be absolutely happy to color match you. And you can just pop in my inbox, shoot me a message, and put all caps, I need a color match, and I will get to your message and run through and give you quick color matches. The only questions that I need you to answer are whether you burn or tan easier, and then a recent photo of you in natural light. It doesn't matter if you're wearing makeup, if you're not wearing makeup. That's all I would need, and I can tell you exactly what your color is. Roxana said, why will the silicone primer not work? The silicone primer creates a slip to the skin, and it creates a layer on the skin, and that skin it's silicone. And the way that this foundation works is when you're wearing a silicone primer underneath and you lay the foundation on top of it, your foundation never has the ability to set. And so if you can't set it, it's just going to transfer right off because it's got that slip of the silicone underneath it. I don't know if that answers your question, but I hope that it does. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Lauren Moore Lindsay. I will see you in like a week. The silicone primer won't work. Okay, yes. With chest showing, Linda. Yes, like if you could send a picture of you, at least I need to be able to see your chest. But you're very welcome, Roxana. All right, so that is it. If you're interested in looking at the Limelight by Alcone line and you don't already have a beauty guide, you can go to worldsbestcosmetics.com. That is my personal site. If you already have a beauty guide, please go shop with her. If you need color matching, let me know. I would be absolutely happy to help you. I hope this was informative. I hope this answered some of the most general questions of the Limelight by Alcone Foundation, and I hope that you go get some because, like I said earlier, every single woman deserves to have this foundation in her makeup bag. It will solve so many problems and create so many solutions.
And that is it for today. I am your independent beauty guide. Please message me, send me a Facebook message if you have any questions. I love to color match people. It's a very simple process. Shoot me a message in Facebook Messenger and I will send you the few questions you need to color match, and let's get you started with the best professional foundation in the world. Shoot me that message right now and let's get started.